A very warm good evening and welcome you all on the 19th episode, the You Nurse Talk Show. Thank you very much and wish you all a very happy Gandhi Jayanti and Lal Bahadur Shastri Jayanti. I hope you all are enjoying at home and enjoying the national holiday. But one thing is permanent in nurses' life is duty. Yes, not only the nurses, but many other professionals usually on duty, whether it's Eid, Diwali, Christmas, Guru Prav, every time we are on duty. Therefore, the hospital is our second home. Patients and colleagues are the family. But few nurses decided to extend their family and walk beyond the boundaries of the hospital and try to create their impact, or I should say, imprint sustainable impressions on the other field also. And that is the theme of this month, Nurses Beyond Conventional Nursing. Yes, they are not in the hospital or institution, still they are considered as nurses. Yes, it sounds a little incredible and different, but yes, they are still nurses and they're proud to introduce themselves as nurses and actually doing a fabulous job in other areas. So this whole month,
Rupa, you are muted.
uh,
It's okay. Continue, please.
yeah, a very warm good evening and welcome you all on the 19th episode, the You Nurse Talk Show. Thank you very much for your continuous love critics. With that, we are actually growing every day. So, I wish you all a very happy Gandhi Jayanti and Lal Bahadur Shastri Jayanti. I hope you all are enjoying at home. But one thing is permanent in nurses' life, duty. Not only nurses, but many other healthcare professionals. They are always on duty, whether it's Eid, Diwali, Christmas, or Guru Pav. We are always on hospital. Therefore, hospital is our second home, and patients and our colleague are our second family. But few nurses decided to walk beyond the boundaries of this hospital and extend their family. Yes, there's a nurses who work beyond the boundaries of the nurses and hospitals and the institution and still considered as nurses because they are creating impact on the other field also. So this is the theme of this month, Nurses Beyond the Conventional Nursing. With that note, I request my team to please introduce themselves. Krish.
Hi, everyone. I am Chris Thomas. I am a psychiatric nurse teacher. Today, we are really happy to listen our two vibrant speakers about unconventional nursing. So I welcome everyone on behalf of our core team. Thank you.
Yeah, Dalmadi.
Good evening, everyone. I am Yangchen Dolma. I'm a passionate nurse for the past 2 decades. And I thank Deepthi, my classmate, and Jibin for coming here on the show today. And I thank them specially because they represent nurses on a different platform which we are not able to do. So I thank them from core of my heart, and I welcome everyone, all the participants here, all present in this hall, and enjoy yourself, and I hope you will have a very fruitful session today. Thank you.
Yeah. Rekha Di.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Rekha Kumar, a passionate nurse, more than 24 years. I'm looking forward to expecting a very great session today with Deepthi. Welcome, Deepthi, and all in this show. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Shri Ma'am. Shri Ma'am, are you there? I request Uma Ma'am to please introduce.
Good evening, everybody. I am Uma Handa. As I've already been introduced by Chris, that I am the youngest, only 85, retired from nursing. And I'm so happy to be amongst the young ones, all of you, because then I feel also as young as you all are. 58, just reverse it.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Shri ma'am, are you there? No. With that note, I once again thank you, today's vibrant guest, uh, Deepti Damodaran. You can see her credentials. She is a master's in nursing. Well, one thing very clear about this girl. But yesterday we have decided that we are going to introduce Jibin first. I'm so sorry. It's time to introduce the Jibin. Jibin is actually graduate in nursing, as you can see his credentials. And I welcome you, Jibin, for accepting our invitation on the behalf of whole the Nurse Talk Show team. And thank you very much for representing nursing in various platforms. I must say he's one of the finest speaker and assertive personality. And most important, which is very different about Jibin, is a very easy to connect with the people. So his marketing, his networking skills are marvelous. Over to you, Jibin. And once again, thank you very much being on the show.
Thank you so much, Rupa, and very good evening to one and all. I hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yeah, Jibin, you are audible.
All right, all right. So first of all, let me thank you all because you are invited me to such a platform wherein you are connecting with all the young nurses and the experience and so every nurses. So I'm glad that I'm here today in this platform, and I can share some of my experience which I gained throughout my journey after my nursing till date. So like I do not know how many of the nurses proudly say that we are nurses, but I proudly say that I'm a nurse, and I want to focus myself as a nurse always. So let me start with my journey, in nursing, and maybe a little bit before nursing also. Like before I joined nursing, like basically I was into engineering field. I mean, I did my engineering course for 2 years. Then I suddenly have a shift to nursing, which is completely different. So then I've completed my nursing course and joined an institution wherein I was training nursing students. So I was a clinical instructor in the beginning time. So I had a lot of difficulties to cope up with the situation in the hospitals and the clinicals, but tried to manage all these things. And I've almost worked for 3 years in the hospital and in the clinical setup as a nurse trainer. So post that, I have completely understood one thing. This is not one area I should focus. I need to explore myself. Then I was searching for different opportunities and getting connected with the people to understand what are the possibilities of nurses in various sectors. So after my nursing, I left the job and I joined a company. Basically, it was basically an IT company. I was working for a vertical called as medical transcription and coding. So wherein I was a product trainer and the trainer for the nurses and the medical practitioner over there. So there I started my journey. Then one thing I understood, we have unlimited offers as a nurses. It's not only you are sticking to the hospital or to the education institutions. You have multiple places where you can put your leg and expand your journey. So after those experience, then I come to the sales and marketing, wherein I was part of a medical company. So it was a US based MNC, wherein I was responsible for setting up a team for one state, which I did, and we have done a wonderful job along with my teammates. So throughout all this journey, I was just comparing my current profile versus the previous year of experience, or maybe the time when I was worked in hospital. So one thing I clearly understood, there are a lot of, huge differences between both these things. And, when I look at the nurses who are working in a hospital are not given much of priority. I mean, when I say the priority, it's like a clearly written instruction being given to our nurses, and they're just following it up. We have very, very smart nurses with us, intelligent people with masters, PhDs, all these are there in the market. But we are actually not using those, intelligent people. We are just neglecting it. So that's what we can see in the current scenario. So after all my experience, then I decided to start my own startup, which is started back in 2016. We have started. It was a startup which called as Reverse for Healthcare Private Limited. wherein we were focusing on home healthcare and product supply. So like we have had a couple of advanced products with us, which is used in patients and which is used in the hospitals. So we have taken some of the company from abroad, mostly from we have some company from US and Germany and some Middle East companies. So we taken some advanced technology wherein which is new to the Indian market, and where we started promoting it. That's how my nursing knowledge helped me a lot in business. So as I said earlier, nurses have got unlimited offers. Yes, because of my nursing knowledge, I could able to project myself and project my product in a better way to understand and to penetrate into all hospitals. And currently we are doing the same thing. It's been 4 years now, and we are doing okay. And also we are coming up with a lot of things along with my team. And also we are tying up with another company. We are actually getting into manufacturing field. So we are actually manufacturing some of the unique product. Also, apart from all these things, we are actually coming up with some of the new Android and mobile-based application wherein a patient can connect the healthcare providers easily without any issues. They can connect easily. So that technology most probably will be launching it in the next year, the first quarter of next year. We are expected to launch it. So this was the overall journey when when it comes to my professional things. So apart from this, I'm a part of an organization which is called as United Nurse Association. I think most of you might be aware about it. I'm the National Working Secretary, and for the Maharashtra state, I'm the president. So the reason behind I part of this organization is that when I joined a nursing and when I was working in nursing field, I felt many a times helpless, because whenever you are right also, people are just pointing out you do not have any platform to share your problems or discuss with other people. And if you contact anybody, you are actually not getting a sufficient help or hand to stand together. So therein we started to support all the nurses. I thought I should support, even though I am out of the clinical and the education part. Still, I have to support my nurses. That's why I was part of this United Nurse Association. So we've been encouraging all the nurses to join our team to strengthen our healthcare profession, and we are doing quite well. We are almost into 18 states in India, and we are associated with a couple of nursing associations in the United States of America, and we are directly present in the Qatar and some of the Middle East countries. So the main motto of this association is that professional upliftment and supporting to all the nurses across the nation, and ultimately we will be supporting the patient, because when we support the nurses, the benefit goes to the patient. We're getting a very good healthcare systems that always the benefit goes to the patient. So this was the another side of my journey of life. And what I believe is when we complete our journey of life, we need to leave some signature, and people should remember you. Yes, there are a couple of people lived and they were nurses. They were called as nurses and they're nurses. So that I need to create it. That's the reason, I've come out of the conventional way of nursing and explored myself into new places wherein I was completely unaware about the things. But I feel, it's not just only a subjective knowledge. Apart from that, you need to connect with the people so that you get to know different things, and you can understand how other people are doing and how those people are come up in their life and succeeded. That's what I can see when I connected with the people. Like Rupa was saying earlier, like I am good at connecting people. Yes, I do that because I need to understand how the people, really live their life and enjoy their life. It's not just that what you do. It's just that, how you connected with the people and how much you are explored with others so that you can engage. So to my nurses, my suggestion is that, you have got beautiful life. So we have to explore, one thing is that do not work for money, work for your passion. So money, and I never looked at my money. I come from a very, very small, small family wherein my parents are brought and brought up in a good way, but we are okay family. But If you only work for money, ultimately at the end of the day, you might not be satisfied. So my only thing is that at the end of the day, before I go to bed, I should be satisfied. I should be happy, so that next day morning when I get up, I would have more power to encounter the new ventures and new idea in my life. So with that, I'm stopping it here. And a very, very best wishes to all my nursing colleagues here, leaders here. And thank you so much, and have a good day.
Thank you, Jibin. Thank you very, very much. Well, I really wanted to ask one question here. As you said that you switched over from your engineering to the nursing. कभी regret हुआ इस बात का why I joined this profession? Be very truthful.
See, I had in earlier, yes, I had that thought in my mind, because suddenly when I shifted from engineering to nursing, it's like a different area altogether. When you fly from US to India, suddenly all of a sudden, then how do you feel it? Similar way, I had that thought in my mind, but ultimately I have to stick to the profession. And later on, I started loving my profession, because I was, the moment I started going to the clinicals, I understand the feeling of patients and importance of nurses, and the respect what you are getting from the patient side was huge. There I was really satisfied. Then later on, I thought, okay, yes, I joined nursing, but I cannot just sit and regret it. I need to do something. And therein I started my new journey.
Yes. So, maximum time, a very blunt question, but I really want a very transparent answer. Did you plan to, represent yourself from the nursing fraternity, because you were a nurse earlier? You started your career as a clinical instructor, and then you went into the MNC. So you really wanted to represent yourself as a nurse, or you just want to get out of this profession and just want to, get off label as a nurse?
No, frankly speaking, no. I don't want to get out of the name of nurse. Just for an example, like when a doctor start a business, or maybe when he start a hospital or a company, he's still been called as doctor. But why a nurse? When a nurse start up something, maybe the business, maybe some other profession, why can't we call them as a nurse itself? We should call them as nurse, because they come from that background. The main strength of that particular person is the nursing profession. It's because of the nursing profession. Okay, so I think, and I'm pretty sure that no, I don't want to shift my professional background. I don't want to hide my professional background anymore, and I won't do that, because my strength is nursing, and because of that knowledge, I'm here today. So I probably say that I will carry forward also.
Thank you very much, Jibin. It was nice talking to you. And with that note, I would request our next guest. Well, she's another lady with a charming smile. And one thing is very clear about this lady. She knows what she wants, a very clear vision person. She knows her vision, she knows her mission, and most important thing, she knows how to get that. She has a very clear step one, step two, step three. Very few people have that focus in their life, and I'm proud to be associated with this lady, Deepti Damodaran, and one of the very professional nurse, and very professional. When you meet her, you will think twice, is she nurse? Because she is very particular, the way she carry her words, the way she carry herself. So I welcome you, Deepti, on the behalf of whole team, and thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Over to you, Deepti.
Thank you so much, Rupa, for introducing me and such a warm welcome. I mean, I am really honored and privileged to be here. I would, before I start anything, I would like to convey my greetings to Uma ma'am, for actually being with us and listening to us youngsters, guiding us. I have met her personally. I got just one chance to meet her personally, but the vibe she gives, to the youngsters, with one word, she will motivate you like anything. She will extend her knowledge to you in a way you will also not understand that that vibe is come to you. So I really appreciate you, ma'am, for being a part of this entire journey and motivating to bring this show up. So, and also definitely to all the EC members of this platform. Specifically, Dolma Didi is my batchmate. We have studied 2 years together, so I know her personally. We have grown together. She's such a strong nurse with all her health issues. She has just challenged us, you know. She was one of the best student in our batch. I could always remember. There is nothing which Dolma Didi cannot do. And any challenge which comes up, she will be the first one to stand up and say, Ki, chalo, hum ye karte hain. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy that we were a part of that batch. And my greetings to all the EC members, everybody who's there. It is such a challenging thing to organize something like this and bringing us to this platform. If I start my journey, before saying anything, I would just say one sentence, which I always, believe that, original is, or you can say ordinary. Ordinary is very common, but an extraordinary person is unique. So that is a uniqueness all of us have. All of us, as nurses, sometimes in our life, we do regret that we do not get opportunities. But please mind it that opportunities will not be served to you on a silver plate. You have to go and grab it. You have to just go and grab it. You have to be there. You should know what you want in your life, what is your goal, and just strive for it. Just focus on one goal in your life and put in your entire energy, so that you, when you look back, you never have a regret that, yeah, I didn't get this because I didn't try. At least I tried, I gave my best. And then if you fail or succeed, that is your, your destiny, but should give your best all the time. So talking further, I am a postgraduate nurse and I am specialized in obstetrics and gynecology nursing from RAK College of Nursing. That institute is something which gave me a different platform. It shaped my personality like anything. But I will never forget the institute where I studied my BSc, which is PG College of Nursing, Cancer Hospital, Gwalior. That was an institute which really, made me understand the concepts of nursing, what it is, what a nurse is actually, what is her contribution to the society. Because we had the best teachers with us. Best in the sense, I call them best because they gave their heart and soul to teach us. There was, even if there is a 5 minute left, in the session, maybe it is clinical or classes, they never used to waste that time or think, ki, acha, my 20-minute session is over, my class is over, now I can go. They will utilize that last 5 minutes of that class to tell us something very unique and very important, which you will not be there in your syllabus at all. You will never find it in your books. And that is something, that is the catch, that you have in your life, which will leave you thinking beyond that class, and you'll go and explore it out. Ki, what is that teacher was talking about? So I did my graduation from there in 2005. And then before entering into nursing, if I say, uh, I never wanted to be a nurse, to tell you very frankly. I'll be very true with that. But I come from a nursing family because my mother herself is a school health service nurse. She used to travel around 3 hours by bus, changing 3 buses a day to reach Bhavana Health Service, school health service, to give the medications to the students, to the government school kids. And she always used to tell us when we were kids, that whatever you do it with complete sincerity. And that may not give you a big prize or something in you can say in a token, but it will serve you, it will bless you all your life. So that is the first lesson I learned from my mother, who is now retired for past 8 years. She's taking care of her grandchildren. And I have a disciplined background from my father, who was in the Air Force. He served the Air Force, and then he actually left his job just to take care of us, because he wanted that my mother should not leave her job and go for her job continuously. So he took a VRS and he made a decision to stay back at home and take care of me and my sister. So we have grown in such a family. And while growing up, I never had a dream, I can say, or a vision to become a nurse. I was put into nursing, but once, as Jibin said, I entered into nursing. Then I realized, the strength, the power that we people have in the healthcare, how we can change the life of an individual or a patient who comes to us with so much, you can say, their faith is in us. When they look at us, there is a faith which you can see in their eyes that one day they will be cured from their disease, and they'll go back home. So to give back that faith, as a nurse, it is important that you do your job dedicatedly, you do your job diligently, and with complete sincerity. If you're working 8 hours a day, there may be hundreds of issues that might be going around in your mind, actually. Maybe you have not got your salary, maybe you had a fight at your home, maybe your kids are alone at home. There may be n number of issues that might be just boggling your mind. But the moment you enter that institute or the organization where you're working, you should leave that back. Just leave it back and think about the patient whom you're serving there, in because he or his life is dependent upon you as a person. Your smallest mistake or your biggest favor to that patient can change his life forever. So this is something I have always believed in my life, and I've always given my 100% to whatever I have taken up. Now this is a a policy that I follow. And when I entered masters, there was again what I can say, there was a confusion in my mind, because in that particular week itself, on a Monday, I very clearly believe, on a Monday of that week, I received my letter, my offer letter as a clinical instructor at RAK College of Nursing. And on the same week, Friday, I received my application to join for masters. I was like keeping both these things together and thinking, what is it that I want? And my entire family, as our Indian families are, बेटा go for a government job, it is secure, RAK college है, इतना बड़ा college है, central government है, all sorts of plus what they could add. But I made a decision on my own, which was my own sole individual decision, that I want to pursue my studies. I want to pursue my masters, because I didn't have any more extra money to give into any private institute to actually gain that knowledge. And I really worked hard to get into that merit list of RAK without any reservation, without any godfather or godwoman. And I'm not an ex-alumni of that institute, but with my sheer, I can say my sheer, hard work, I got that chance to be a part of that institute. And I joined my nursing for my PG. So that was a game changer for me. I met so many vibrant people there, my classmates, my colleagues, my teachers. I learned from them. So PG was something which shaped my personality altogether. Now, if I talk about my professional career, I have worked in various capacities. I started my journey as a bedside oncology nurse. Now that was another challenge. I mean, I remember two very, old patients of mine. This is back in 2005. I remember still them very clearly. One patient was with a buccal mucosa cancer, and that he's a very old man, somewhere around 78, 80. He used to come to our hospital for a one-day CT, but he had, these maggots in that area in his buccal mucosa cancer, which he was operated. The moment you take out that dressing from his face, then the whole day actually you will not feel like to eat or drink anything. You can see the maggots moving around. This is, as a nurse, I am standing at this side and feeling. So you can identify the trauma that patient is going through having this on his face. Even though he's very old, okay, he's not able to eat, he's not able to sleep. So my only motive during my shift was to make his dressing clean and comfortable as much as possible, take out the maggots, clean him, give his food on his time. Sometimes if I get a little break, I go and talk to him. And he used to be, obviously he died because of his illness later, but he recovered very fast. He was very happy during his stay in that hospital. The second patient I remember is, he was a eunuch. He was around 250 kg. Okay. And the moment he used to enter the hospital, there was a big crowd with him. So many people, his colleagues, the shagird whom you say, they used to come with him, and they used to carry this big laddu. Okay. They used to distribute it in the entire hospital, and this patient used to come just for one day CT again. We used to put we had to put two beds together to make that patient accommodate on that bed actually. And I was so scared. His room, he always used to take just opposite to the nurse's duty room. Used to work in the private ward, and I was so scared to move into that room. He's not going to harm me or say anything to me, but that fear of his structure and the way the patient looked like, I was very scared to move into that room. But then one day when I entered and I took a chair near to that patient, and he used to sit like this with his hand on one side, वो ऐसे ही देते थे, because he was so huge. It was very difficult for him to get up also. So he used to give his hand for putting the CT, and it's such a huge hand, and that patient used to talk in such a hoarse voice to me. I used to be terrified and like anything, because that was the first year serving me as a nurse. But when I started talking to that person, I tried to understand his life. He told me, that I still remember, he told me that you are the angels in our life. You serve patients without actually looking at their race, their culture, their traditional background. He was telling me that I am a eunuch. I am being criticized outside on the roads. People look at me, they laugh at me at my gender. But when I come to this hospital, the doctors and patients, they treat me in a way that, I'm just a patient. That's it. And you focus on my cure, how I can become better. So that is a credit. That is something good you get in your life when you work, with dedication. So that is something I learned, and that was the first lesson in my life. I was so happy. That was the time which gave me confidence and happiness that yes, I am a nurse. I felt proud in saying that I am a nurse. I used to feel very bad earlier because all my batchmates, I studied in a very good school in Delhi, which is a Christian institute, and all of my batchmates, all of them were doctors or dentists or engineers, very, very good profession. And those who didn't want to do anything, they just got married and they were housewives. They always used to, because they were from a very wealthy family, they just want to enjoy their life. So I used to feel bad that I have taken up this profession. Look, what respect do I have, like that? But the day I started my clinical career, I must really say that I felt proud to be a nurse. And then from there, my journey started. I passed out, and I, I did my, started my career. I always felt that as a nurse, before taking my master's, I should be doing some work. I should have some experience rather than just passing out BSc and then going for my PG. What is the knowledge difference? At day one, or you say today is 1st of October, I am a BSc nurse, and 2nd of October, or say today 2nd October, tomorrow 3rd October, I'm going and joining PG. I become a PG nurse. So is there any difference in my knowledge? There is zero. Have I gained anything as a BSc nurse to be eligible enough to take up my PG? So I made myself eligible by working in as a nurse, of course, first, and then as a clinical instructor in the best colleges of Delhi. I love my students. I still love them, and I've given my best. I can say proudly, because some of them are already here on this platform. I can see their names. I proudly say that I have given my 100% to teach them, and I have never demotivated any student. That is a message, if the teachers are listening to me, I would like to share that as a student in a school, in my school, since I was from a very average family, and my batchmates were from either teachers ke bacche hain, otherwise from a very wealthy family or known to family. So teachers used to give them more priority. They used to be very partial, which I really felt bad. I never explored any of my talents in my school. In my 12 years, I was a very silent and a subtle child. Never used to interact with anybody. I just used to go school, come back home, go to tuition, come back home. That's it. I never understood any other dimension of my life or my personality in my school. But when I entered my college in my UG, there was an ocean to explore. I explored that I can be a good singer. I explored I can dance really well. I explored that I can play hockey. I was a district level hockey player along with my team in Gwalior when we studied. So I explored that. I explored all these dimensions of my personality in my college. Why? Because my teachers gave me that opportunity. They promoted me. they motivated me. My colleagues, they supported me. So, you know, there are two pillars in your life who, or you can say three pillars in your life, who will always take care of you when you're falling either your right or towards your left or towards front or back. Specifically, one is your family, of course, who give you the strength. Second is your friends. You should have very few friends, but the best of them, right? Friends are somebody who will always motivate you to go further and achieve something which you can't even imagine. They will give you the confidence to for that. And the third is your teachers. I always believe a teacher can touch a student's life in a way nobody else can. So when you go into a classroom as a teacher, I have myself felt I used to, or my focus was always on a student who used to sit separately in the class, who was used to never, you know, have an eye contact with me. Or मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि what I'm saying, that person is not liking or doesn't want to listen to me. So I never used to point out that student in the class, but I always made it a point that once the class is over and students are out somewhere in the corridor, I used to take that student separately with me and have a chit chat and talk with them. And over time, I myself felt that they came back to me and they used to discuss their feelings with me. What was that, you know, something which was disturbing them in their class, and what was the reason they were not able to sit and listen to me. So for me, if I have 50 students in my class or 5 students in my class or 100 students in my class, my focus will be on all of them, and I want all of them equally attentive. I even used to say that, you know, if in this class today, specifically in the afternoon post lunch session, we all know that they will not be attentive, not more than 20 minutes. Okay. So I used to tell them, if you feel that you are not going to listen to a single word of mine or attend a single word of what I'm going to say, please get up and walk out freely. I'm not going to penalize you for this. I'm not going to go and complain to the principal or anybody, but of course you can come back to me whenever you feel and you want to understand that topic separately. Please do come to me, but always you know, feel free to get up from my class and go out. So that, and
Dipti,
there were
I'm so
students
sorry,
who,
I'm interrupting you. I can
I know,
see that your teacher spirit and soul has come into the play, and you are just talking like that. Yeah, Dipti, I really wanted to
yeah,
ask one question here. You know, you
yeah,
actually experimented with your profession. You know,
career,
you started,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
definitely a career. I'm so sorry to say. You
yeah,
started with the bedside nurse, and then, you know, traditionally we go into the clinical instructor and then the tutorship. But
yes, yes,
ultimately, you tried to experiment it with, you were with some other agency where you were writing and
yes,
creating the
yes,
modules, and currently you
yeah,
are with elsewhere publication.
yeah,
And I hope you must be getting this question, how a nurse can be in a publication house. So i
exactly,
i just wanted to you know, want your view, your you know, your story about that, how you feel like that you should
changed,
try this, because there you
yeah,
are not going to get any nurse mentor, you know. There you have
exactly,
to create
exactly,
your own you know, path. We really wanted to
yes,
know how
yes,
you shifted, you know, from the normal path to this lane, how you
the
shifted this
other
one.
path. I'll say this, connecting it with Jibin. How Jibin said that why a nurse cannot take up a business. He is a nurse entrepreneur. That is the word I will give it to him. Okay. So similarly for me, I have worked with a connect with him. I have worked in the home healthcare department. Actually, how I changed it, because when I was working at Amity University as an instructor or as a lecturer, my game changer in my life, everybody will have one game changer in their life. For me, it was Madam Kapoor, Madam Bimla Kapoor. Everybody knows her. She called me up and she told me that, Deepti, there is a job opportunity at one of the you know, development sector. We call it as the FHI 360, Family Health International, and they are going to work on a nursing project for the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Do you want to take up this project? Do you want to be a content strategist there or a CNE educator there? So I was really, you know, I didn't say no to her, but I was worried how I'm going to do it. I just said, ma'am, I don't know the ABC of this, but I will not say no to you. I will definitely go for it. And I really, I mean, I thank her from the bottom of my heart till date that she gave me that opportunity. I went there, and I had just one colleague with me who was a nurse, and she had experience of working with the Indian Red Cross Society. Sorry, the National AIDS Control Organization. And from her, I learned the jargons of development sector. how you have to sustain as a nurse there, because I have people all around me from different, different backgrounds. There are engineers, there are people from the IT side. You have to make your mark there. So it is all about taking risk in your life. I took that risk, I worked on that, and I tried to learn those jargons. Similarly, then I when that project finished, I moved into home healthcare nursing. Home healthcare nursing, I was working as a education head for the nurses there, and I was the head for 8 nursing educators there. So my job or responsibility was to draft, or to actually finalize the content which is to be, or the syllabus which is to be taught to these nurses who are going to take care of patients at home. They have a 24-hour shift, and the challenge what I learned there, because at every stage I've learned something or the other. At home healthcare nursing, I learned from those nurses 24-hour shift. Okay, you are with the patient, you are taking care of them. So I made it sure I was assertive there. There is a quality of assertiveness which I learned there, that I made myself assertive, and I told to the family members that the safety of my nurse here is your first responsibility. Secondly, she is there for 24 hours. She needs a toilet facility. She needs a place to sit. She needs a separate place to change her dress, where I am sure that she's taken care as a member of the family. So that is the second place I learned assertiveness. Third place, I moved into Bodhi Health Education. I developed the educational videos for nurses. I developed the PPTCT training module for PHC nurses, and I personally went to the PHC centers in MP and the interiors of Madhya Pradesh, and I saw their struggle there, how they want to study, they want to be updated themselves about various knowledge, updates which are coming in nursing, but they're not able to. So what we did at Bodhi, we developed the game-based app. So I developed the content for that. It is a midwifery app. It's still working. It's called Asman. So that app helps them at the click of their finger to understand, the procedure of labor or delivery, or because at PHC, when they come, they have minimum resources. They don't have the authority or autonomy to take a decision, but at least critical thinking skill and a wise decision to help out a patient who's coming, say, with a PPH. At least that much they will be helpful. So this app helps them for that. And now at Elsevier, I have learned, I don't have words to express, but I've learned a lot. I will say proudly that I'm the only nurse in that organization. I don't have any nurse mentor there, as you said, but my manager, she is from a publication background, and she has supported me like anything. Hello? Yeah, so she has supported me like anything. She has given me that autonomy to take decisions on behalf of the nursing books that will come in the near future. What will be the journey of that book? Here again, I learned the jargons of publication. I never have done anything like that. I learned it from my colleagues. I explored it out myself. And till date, it is 1.5 years, and I'm still exploring and I'm still learning from them. So that is, I'll say that I have been a risk taker in my life, and that has always helped me. And I've never regretted on any decision I've taken in my life. That's what I'll say. Thank you, Rupa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for your patient listening.
Thank you, Deepti. It was wonderful listening to you, and I can see that even still you have enough to let us know. And we would also love to hear you. So, Deepti, I really wanted to ask you one question. Like, what makes you to cross, like, you very clearly said, but there is a question that how to decide what to pursue. This was a question from one of the student, and I really want to raise this question to you. How to decide what to pursue is a common question in the every student's mind when they are completing their basic education, like nursing. Yeah.
So here I'll say, Rupa, actually the teachers have a big role to play. Okay, because when we are in our UG, we are just passing out from school and going to the college, and we don't know anything about the outside world. It is the teachers who guide us, who tell us what is actually nursing, what are the opportunities beyond your nursing profession as a bedside nurse or as a teacher. So the teachers should be more empowered, and they should take that one step ahead to help out their students, to give them options. they are there to give options, but the choice is to be made by the student themselves. You have to decide for yourself. What do you want from your life? Nobody is going to decide for you. So obviously you should get connected to people who know things, who understand things, and you should always have an open eye to things. Then only you'll be able to make wise decisions in your life. That is all I can say for this.
Yeah, with this note, I really want to ask Jibin this question. Jibin, are you there?
Yeah. Yes. Am I audible?
Yeah, Jibin, you are quite audible. I really wanted to ask this question because again, because sometimes it's a let me take it very frankly, because there is always a gender issue when you are taking decisions. A girl probably, please pardon me for saying that, but a girl can sometimes take decision easily of her life because she hasn't think about the family. Sometimes, in some cases, but male is always having a different mindset when they are taking decision of their life. So I really wanted to now ask the similar question to you. How to decide and what to decide from a male perspective, because we are having so many are male nurses, and when they are in a graduation and when they are passing their they don't know, and sometimes they don't want to pursue the nursing because of obvious reason. And as you said yesterday also that you love nursing, but there is some problem with the nurses. And let me tell you, this is a common statement from many people. Everyone love nursing, but probably they don't want to be in that circle. That is a one problem which we commonly face and which we commonly listen from other people. So yeah, so how to decide what to pursue?
The first thing I would like to highlight is that the main thing, everybody has got a fear of doing something different. Okay, I mean, I also had the same thing, fear of presenting myself, fear of approaching people, fear of taking a decision. But see, until and unless you take a decision, you are not sure whether you are right or wrong. Okay, there are chances you might go wrong, but I think if you look at the percentage wise, it would be very less in percentage you will be going wrong, and majority of the time you'll be right. So I always follow that. I mean, I do not look at the in different angle of the result of what a decision I taken. So straight away, like I generally what I do, I speak to a couple of my non colleagues who can guide me in proper way, and then I go with that decision. And also I read a little bit about the market, how the market grows and what are the things coming up. And getting updated is one thing which nurses are lacking, and we don't generally read. I mean, when I say reading, it's not just a books. It's about the society. It's about the public. It's about how the globe is going. And if you really speak to a nurse, you understand where are they standing right now. So I think we need to change that attitude of nurses, wherein they need to be given more knowledge rather than books, so that they will be in a better position to take a decision. See, I don't think taking a decision, and even if you're going wrong, I mean, even if you turn wrong, nothing, you're not losing anything. Yes, sometimes you might, get delay with maybe your career thing. You might lose 1 or 2 years, but it's not ultimately the loss when you look at overall. So I take the decision very blindly. I don't, I don't wait for longer time, because if you wait for longer time, ultimately you cannot take decision. And the decision should be instant. Okay, either it is right or wrong, it should be instant. And with that decision you should go and work also. Okay, it's not just that you are taking a decision and okay, fine, I've taken a decision, now the things will fall in as per my decision. No, never. So you'll have to, many a time you'll have to mold in that way. Yes, according to your decision, your plan, the things will go on, and get your resources in a proper way and move on. So that's what basically you all can do it. And as young nurses, and somebody were asking, what should I do after my graduation? So that is one thing I see. I always tell everybody, you travel, look at people, how they live. Okay, go to different society, go to different professionals, how they work in their profession, so that you yourself will understand where you're standing. So once you have your insight, yes, I'm standing here and I need to do something. Or if you have a different thought, then definitely pitch for something else or pursue whatever you wish to pursue. So that's what I recommend to everybody.
Another question I really wanted to ask you quickly, like what was your mental state when you are switching, because, your family definitely switched your engineering to the nursing because they want a career stability. And, usually people believe that if we'll do nursing, that we'll be getting a government job, life will be secure, no risk. But you made that secure job, a secure profession, secure life, very risky with your risk taking. So I really wanted to ask you, what was your mental state? And now you are almost, successful, and you are little mature in this journey and entrepreneurship. So how would you give, tips to the youngsters when they are thinking about exploring the new area? There's so many doubts comes in mind. How to overcome that?
See, first of all, I mean, when you start anything, I mean, especially the business, nobody will support you, especially your parents is one. I mean, it's not just because they're against, it's because of they're more concerned about yourself. Okay, so the similar way when I started, there are a lot of issues from my family also. They're in like, how do you land up here, and how will you manage this? That's the biggest question. So for any beginner, for any startup, this question will arise. Okay, when you start up anything in front of the society, in front of the colleagues and people, they won't recognize you initial stage. But the moment you gradually progress, the people will look at you and they will start supporting you. So taking a decision is a bit difficult, and standing in the same decision is another big challenge altogether. And when I have taken the decision, it was difficult for me also because I suddenly left my job, and I was jobless for a couple of months because I need to set up my business and a lot of things. Arranging finance is another thing. And we nurses are, I am not about all the people. I was very bad at accounting. So even I do not know how to calculate the margin that in the beginning time, the margins percentage and all these things were very tough for me. But I usually sit on internet, and these days we are available. We get a lot of stuff on internet. So I used to learn from those things. Go to Google it, get stuff, and refer other people who done something different in their profession. And many startup, I used to refer the startup basically, and I go through their journeys. There are a lot of startup in India recently. If you all look at how the way they grow up, you look at the way the Flipkart, look at the way the Ola, Uber, and maybe the healthcare industry itself, all the home healthcare industries, many companies also, and some of the hospital groups. So how they come up, and what was the strategy for behind the success. So I try to refer all these things, and also of course listen to some of the eminent speakers, their talk shows basically. That gives you a lot of encouragement. The moment you go a little down, I used to listen those kind of words, which gives me more power and to encounter the next day, and definitely it helps me a lot.
Yeah, the most important to keep yourself motivated.
Yes.
And that internal motivation that always helps. Yeah, thank you very much. With that note, I request Jibin to please give us take home lesson, and we really want to know your philosophy so that you can share with our viewers.
See, my philosophy is very simple. Okay, as I earlier also said that before I go to my bed, okay, I need to be happy, and with my happiness, I'm pretty sure that my surroundings, my family, my colleague, and my friends would be definitely happy. And ultimately, it's not just that you are happy; it is similar that you are giving something to your society. Okay, it's not that I'm doing a business. When I do a business, actually I'm putting something to my society and something to the patient. Okay, it's not just that, okay, we are making revenue generation. We are adding some value to the society and to the patient. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell everybody. Before you leave, you need to add values to everybody's life. Okay, even if you can add value to one person's life, that's more than enough. But we as a nurses, we are adding value to thousands of patients and the family's life. I think that's the most valuable philosophy we should carry it. Okay, Rupa, thank you.
Thank you, Jibin. Thank you very much for the lovely message. And I must re-emphasize on be happy and add value in the society. And a happy soul only create happiness around her or him. So I request everyone, please take care of your own happiness, because if you will be happy, only then you can able to take the right decision as you asked, and only then you can add value in your life as well as others' life. With that note, I request, thank you very much, Jibin. Once again, I request Deepti, so please come and share your philosophy and the quick take-home lessons for
I
all of us.
only in life is, stretch your limits. Be a new person every day when you move to a second day. That is only when you create confidence in yourself, you believe in yourself, and above all, you love yourself. If you love yourself and you have that confidence, then definitely, you are going to give that vibe to the people near you for sure. And secondly, right now at the position where I am now, I work as a content strategist with Elsevier Publication. It is a very well-known publishing organization, and I take care of the book section. So it is a very big responsibility on my shoulder that what I'm going to envision right now, or what I'm going to bring the books right now, will be serving this society for the next 20, 30 years, or for maybe more than that. So I always keep that in mind when I am trying to commission books, that it should be useful and helpful to the students who are there, who are studying. So that is, of course, self-love is important, but love others also. Let others grow along with you. That is the only thing I'll say. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Deepti, for this lovely message. Let not only love yourself, but definitely love other also, because love is something which should be always in air. And with that note, I really wanted to, I really wanted to everybody want think that exactly what you really want in your life. And this two story is not only about these two nurses. I really wanted to request the parents, family and society, please give the wings, because we all born with the wings, but over the period of time, with the societal pressure, with the stereotypic thinking, uh, we don't use the wings. क्या बुरा आइडिया है कि अगर कुछ कुछ नया करना चाहता है, we should do that. And one quality I really wanted to highlight here with the Deepti has a very good quality, and she believe in appreciating other. I hope everybody noticed the way she started. She was appreciating each and every one. And when we start appreciating, believe me that all qualities of other started, coming to us. Moreover, we become a very pure soul, because being jealous, being envy is actually a natural feeling, and every human being does have. But important thing is that identify your weakness and work to remove those weakness, and working on strengthening your strengths. So with that note, I really wanted to tell everybody, don't get influenced what other people are doing. It's high time that please spare some time, think about yourself, think what you want, read good books, listen good YouTube motivational speech, explore the world. Nurses keep telling कि we don't know what to do. आज की डेट में अगर किसी को ये पूछना पड़े what to do, then we are all smartphone owner. So smartphone is actually encyclopedia of ample of opportunity. I got to know that there is a very high paid nursing job vacancies in the Hollywood. uh, what is a bad idea that you can try to become a Bollywood nurse? Because when we see movies and when we see somebody's in the hospital, there's so many errors, and which actually irritate our eyes. So it's a high time that we should experiment with our profession, or moreover career. You can be fitted anywhere. As a nurse, you can be fitted anywhere, because you are actually groomed, taught in such a way that you are just like a water. You can be fitted everywhere, and everybody needs you. The important thing is that new venture always need so much hard work, so much passion. So one thing which you all should have, be ready to learn more, ready to experiment more, and moreover, be passionate about it. Until unless you put your soul, your love for that particular position, for that particular work, you will not get the output out of that. So with that note, I really wanted to close the show here. And sometimes you don't have path, you have to create path. Others always cannot create path for yourself. So better you should be creating path for yourself, just like a water. Be consistent, be persistent, most important, be focused, and that is how you can create path for yourself. As Gandhiji said, be the change you want to see in the world. And originality is something which is very unique, and each one of you and everyone is blessed with that uniqueness. It's high time that we should appreciate our uniqueness and bring that up and show to the world. With that note, thank you very much. Don't forget to join us next week, Impact Factor 2.0, and you will be listening more beautiful stories like this. So that till then, bye bye, all the very best, and once again, happy Gandhi Jayanti and Lal Bahadur Shastri Jayanti.